when they see an African American, it's like, oh, they're lazy, they don't want to work. It's like, oh, they're always complaining, and it's like that is not necessarily true.
We just see streets paved with gold, honey and milk. How can someone not bask in such a situation?
You have a little bit of that too, you know, Ray, when it comes to the food thing, you know, because you think that American food is better than Jamaican food.
Bro,
And that is where we have a problem.
Oh,
Ray.
no, wait.
That is where the friendship heads.
Wait, hold on 1 second. When it comes to breakfast food,
Jesus.
Ray,
American food is better. But
YaadMan Podcast are the one. 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 The YaadMan Podcast. Tell you about the YaadMan Podcast. YaadMan Podcast. Tell you about the YaadMan Podcast. Boom. Back again with the #1 Jamaican podcast in Jamaica, in Spain, in Europe. And we're coming for the world next. This episode, we have a special guest, our friend, our fellow podcaster, our fellow YouTuber. We have Rebe from the Just a Thought podcast.
yes, guys, yes. Yo, long time, man. Finally
Long time.
on the show.
We'll finally get you up on the show, Ray.
Brother,
Live
yeah.
and direct. Live and direct.
Man. Hey, man, it's a blessing to be on this show. This has been something that I wanted to do for a while.
Long time.
Bro, the way I met you guys on I told
Tell him how we
you,
met. How did we meet?
bro.
Again?
So one day you guys were going on my algorithms on Facebook, and I was like, Jamaicans in Spain doing a podcast? Hell yeah. So I started watching y'all videos, and y'all got good content. So I was like, yo, let me try to reach out to them on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever. One of y'all got back to me, and we linked up, and ever since then,
That
man,
was Davian, yeah.
yeah, big up to Devane, man. Like, bro. And I've been following you guys ever since. I seen y'all go from the bottom to the top, and like
Pause.
Wait, pause that.
Let me pause that. But
Yes.
just seeing y'all put out content being consistent.
Yeah.
I big up to y'all. Big up to y'all for real, man.
And
Much
big up-
respect.
And big up to yourself. You know, I want to ask you something about your podcast.
Go ahead, man.
How long has your podcast been running for?
My podcast started, I want to say,
And why did you get into doing a podcast?
yeah,
first of all?
I want to say my podcast started end of 2021, 2022, kind of.
Yeah.
Bro, so moving to Spain kind of changed that. So like,
So you started the podcast before you came to Spain?
no, so I started the podcast when I was in Spain. So what happened was, bro, like, you know, the summertime, there's a lot to do. Like,
And there's a lot to do. Well, there's a lot of time.
a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I'm coming from the American lifestyle where it's work 9 to 5. We barely have time for ourselves. So I was like, damn, let me figure something out. I didn't know what to do, reading a bunch of books, but I also wanted to connect with people in like a different way. You know what I'm saying?
And it was the summer after COVID as well.
It was the summer after COVID. Yeah. So I just came up with the idea. I talked to my cousin. Shout out to Andre, who helped me start the show. And I was like, Dre, you know, we like to talk to people. Let's see how it goes.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The first episode obviously was the worst one, right? But it's the most memorable one.
Yeah, I remember our first episode. It wasn't the worst. Surprisingly, but the first episode and looking at our latest episode, there are so many differences.
Big difference, man. Yeah. So, like, our first episode was kind of like us talking to each other, like going off topics. I think Kanye was in at the time, so talking about Kanye West. And, like, we got some feedback from our family saying, yo, keep it going. And that's all I needed was some feedback from the family.
Some motivation.
Right.
Yeah, you know?
So I'm here today, man. I continue with it.
Yeah.
But what I want people to know, what Just the Thought Podcast is pretty much random conversations, random guests, no filter, and that's what kind of what I want to do with the show is I want to bring people from all walks of life on the show. So that's how we got it started, and we just gotta keep it going, man.
Yeah. I have a question for you, man, because you came to Spain, but you went to the north directly.
Yeah.
Why? Why such a cold, far place? Like usually when Americans come to Spain, they will come to the coast, or most of them go to Barcelona or Madrid. You know, the big cities, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you went to some far walks. Why?
Bro, that's a good question. You know what? I went to Valladolid. And for y'all don't know, Valladolid is, yes, it's in the north.
Yeah.
Bro, I got the craziest experience there, and I'm not gonna say it was my first place of choice where I wanted to go.
Where did you want to?
I wanted to go back to Barcelona because that's where I started at.
Yeah,
but I was only in Barcelona for 6 months.
And then
COVID happened. Yeah. So I had to go back. But that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go back to Barcelona. I wanted to experience that life. But unfortunately, at the time, the borders were closed. We didn't know if we were going to be able to to be able to work.
I remember that time. That was a very dark time because I came 6 months before. No, well, yeah, I came in the September before COVID, and then I think it was the February or the March. They say, all right, you guys will go home for 2 weeks and then come back.
Yeah.
And we stayed inside for a few months.
Oh, okay. So we came around the same time.
More or less. Yeah.
So Valladolid was the last option. It was the last option for me, and I was like, it's Spain. Let me get back there. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up staying there for 4.5 years, bro. And now I'm back. Now I'm in Murcia.
Yeah, they are Murcia, Sunshine City.
Yeah.
Sunshine City, yeah,
Big
man.
ups to Davain, man, for letting me rock it with him for a little bit before I went to get my space.
Pause. Don't worry yourself, man. David is behind the camera, he's just there to say
but
pause.
Nah, man. Yo, much respect to him, for real, man.
Yeah.
Now I'm in Murcia, bro, and I'm excited for this, and I'm excited to continue the journey and continue my path to greatness, man.
I have a question. You speak Spanish?
Yes, I do.
Do you find that did you speak Spanish before coming to Spain?
No.
You learned here?
Yeah, I learned here. Yeah.
Just like me. I learned most of my Spanish here.
I've never heard Ray speaking Spanish.
You want me? You want to try me out? Listen.
Pause.
David. Remember, your job, David, behind the camera is to say pause. So David is the pause master today. So, you find that, for example, because you say you used to live in Barcelona, and then you went to Valladolid.
Yeah.
I want to kind of know the difference between the two because I've never been to Barcelona and I've never been to Valladolid. I want to know the difference in terms of like interacting with people. Because you speak Spanish, you speak English also. But you don't only speak English. So you kind of get a different reaction from people.
Yeah.
When they find out that you speak their language. How was it like in terms of Barcelona? Learning Spanish, and then we went to Valladolid, having known a bit more Spanish.
That's a good question. In Barcelona, it's a cross mix between Spanish and Catalan.
Yeah.
So they were teaching me Catalan and Spanish at the same time. I was fortunate enough because a lot of them knew English, so I didn't have to use Spanish like that.
And sometimes some of them will beat if I use in Spanish.
Yeah, bro, and
But I want, continue. I will ask you a question after.
No. I was agreeing with you because, like, it takes them a long time for English to they don't want to speak English. They want you to learn their language, and I get that. You're in their country, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you're right, bro. Like they'll get on you. Like, come on, you gotta know like your Spanish if you're gonna live here. You know what I'm saying?
But I want to know because, for example, I've heard stories from Spanish people living outside of Barcelona, and they would go to Barcelona for a weekend or a trip or whatever.
Yeah.
And let's say they find themselves in a restaurant, right? And I think the most normal thing to do is speak the language you know. And apparently they would speak Spanish, and then they would get some bad looks and an answer in Catalan. So I don't know if you get the same reaction being a foreigner, or is it a bit different for you because they might understand that you're a foreigner, you might be learning Spanish, you might be new here, whatever. How is it?
All right.
Do they have the same patience with you?
Okay, that's a good question. In Barcelona, they had patience for me.
Okay.
But in Valladolid, nah. It was like, if I'm like, yo, I don't know Spanish like that, they'll be like,
Pues aprende.
yeah, like, ¿Qué haces? ¿Qué dices? Like, it was never like, oh, it's okay. Like, because Barcelona is more touristy. Like,
yeah, they get a lot of tourists there.
Right. And Valladolid is like touristy, but it's touristy for Spanish people. You know, you're not gonna really find that many other European or American people in that city.
So it's mostly concentrated with the people who are from there.
Right. And they're known to have the best Spanish accent. They're actually known. If you look it up, they're actually known for not having the Spanish accent. So like,
for not or having?
No. So when they speak, you can't hear accent. You can't hear it.
You only hear Spanish.
You just hear pure Spanish. Ask any Spanish person this. But I promise you.
You know, I find that different. Meaning, why would they not have a Spanish accent? Are they so closed off, or is it that they choose to speak Spanish in a certain way? From your understanding, because I don't know. From your understanding.
Okay, so like let me say it like this. Like if you want the pure Spanish, you go to Valladolid.
Yeah.
You go there, and that's where you learn your Spanish. I've been told that from people that live in Castilla y León, where Valladolid is, and I've been told that from people from the south. That's where you get your pure Spanish. I could be wrong though.
My brother.
Preach.
Come to Murcia if you want to learn the real Spanish. Here, you get an accent. You get the words cut off. So you're like, what's this person saying? You have to listen very well. I think here, learning Spanish here is a whole different experience. This is like, you ever been like a camp leader in one of those English immersion camps?
No.
So here in Murcia, it's almost like a Spanish immersion experience. You get the full experience. The accent, the people, the outings, all of those things. The city is vibrant, all of it.
Bro,
so I beg to differ. I don't want to believe that Valladolid has the best
I think
accent.
we had to do a survey, because I heard Murcia actually has some of the most difficult Spanish to learn.
And that's why it's the best place to learn. You go to the most difficult place.
I get that. Okay, I get that.
All right. When you want a kid to learn to swim, in our culture, we don't carry them to swimming lessons. We throw them in the water and then make them swim by themselves.
Which is, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I get that. No, if you want to better yourself, you go to a place where it's more challenging. Yeah.
Challenge yourself.
I get that.
Yeah. All right, moving on now. So I want to know, because I know that you have some roots, some Jamaican roots.
Yeah.
Tell me about your family from Jamaica. You know where them from and all of these things?
Yeah, so my dad is Jamaican. Mm-hmm. My dad's family is from Kingston. Right? Kingston.
The capital.
Yes. They're from downtown Kingston.
Yeah.
And then they are from Westmoreland. Which is the countryside. Yeah.
So, where were you born, Ray?
I was born in CT. I was born in Connecticut. 203, stand up.
All right, so, there are some people, Ray, that are of the belief that to be Jamaican, you have to born in Jamaica, you have to eat ackee and saltfish in Jamaica, you have to breathe the air as a Jamaican does, you have to feel the same struggle as a Jamaican does. Some people would say that you are A Yankee. In Jamaica, we might call you a Yankee. What you have to say about that?
You know what? All right, let me put it like this.
Yeah.
I was blessed to know my Jamaican roots. I was blessed to know about reggae. I was blessed to know about 90s dancehall, current dancehall. But to be honest with you, I'm still learning. Like, I would understand why they put me in that category, because there's a lot of Jamaica I do not know. I don't know where certain spots are. Like, I don't know where the history carries. Yes, Kingston is the capital, but I don't know a lot about the history besides music and food. So I don't know patois a little bit, but I would say I'm a Yankee. I would say that.
I was just about to ask. So that means that you don't consider yourself a Jamaican?
Nah, I say I consider Jamerican or
wait, Jamaican, the America part in that word is bigger than the jam.
I like how you broke that down.
You see what I said?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
yeah.
I'm still learning, man. I'm still learning about the roots. I'm still learning how people live. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad to have you guys to learn from, but like watch TikTok and learning more about the island. It's like, yeah, I got a lot to learn. Bro.
All right, so me have a question. We might put the nail in your coffin or not.
Okay.
You ever been to Jamaica?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
He's been to Jamaica, people.
Yes,
He's been to Jamaica.
Yes. Yes.
How many times?
Twice.
All right, him go at least more than once. That is. What you said, Avian?
Ray, your father is Jamaican. What was that like growing up with a Jamaican father?
Yeah, what was it like growing up with a Jamaican? Oh, yeah.
To be honest, like, it was difficult. It was difficult because, I didn't really get to spend that much time with him. I don't think he really wanted to contribute to what me and my brother had going on. And as a kid, man, that was difficult, because when you grow up in a household with just the mom, and you're raising two sons, you need a man in the household.
True.
And I was lucky enough to have my uncle, to have my older cousins, and like my god brothers and stuff like that to keep that man in me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pause.
You're not doing your job, David. Your job.
But so I was blessed. I was blessed to have that. But man, when I tell you, growing up without a father, like not being there consistently, was difficult, bro. Like I really had to grow up fast, bro. And my mom did everything she could, but still, there was a lot missing.
Yeah, there's so much
a lot missing. So I respect my dad. I think in order for me to be a man, I had to forgive him. I had to understand where he's coming from, because maybe at the time he was too young to have children. So there's a lot of things that I had to understand. So I love him to death, man. Like, take a bullet for him. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that I'm happy with myself. Like, I forgave him, so like I can forgive anybody.
All right. So love your response actually. But let me still ask you this question. Like, having like being at the age that you were when you kind of started to realize all of these things, didn't you kind of feel like you want to just like remove that Jamaican part of you and just like put it aside, because that part of you is almost like trauma? It's almost like, that's the bad side of me. I got this from him or whatever.
Nah, yo. Thank God to my mom, bro. My mom always kept that. So like, even though me and my father didn't have a great relationship, my mom made sure I was kicking it with my cousins. Okay, and my mom also hung out with Jamaicans growing up. There's a lot in CT, a lot. So like, I was always around them, and I always liked the music. my first introductory into music is dancehall. Hip hop came maybe when I was 2 or 3 years old, but it was dancehall. Like, so no matter what, I always wanted to be Jamaican. I always liked the food, like the way people talk. So like that was no issue. That was never an issue. Never an issue.
Okay.
Do you feel like Jamaicans welcome you as a Jamaican?
Yes. The way I listen, y'all ain't seen nothing, but the way I dance, yes. 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 Yes, they do. Y'all ain't seen nothing though, but like the way I dance, yeah. But the way I know about all right, I'm not gonna say I'm a dancehall expert. I'm not gonna say I'm a reggae expert. But there's certain songs that Jamaicans be like, yo, you know that? I know it. Like I have people in my family.
You passed the vibe check.
Like, yo, I have people in my family that are DJs. Like, there's some songs that I'll like. Oh, okay. Like, there's respect there, and then my taste for the food. Like, of course.
Do you think you have a Jamaican mindset though? Like, if you would be able to, cause I can tell the difference between you and Tonil. Like, if I was just to see you both walking on the street, I would know. Not even if Tony wasn't wearing that hat. That hat kind of gives it away. It
does. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think I have a Jamaican mindset, because one thing that I respect Jamaicans that you guys have, and a lot of people y'all don't give y'all credit for it. Y'all got patience. Ooh. I'm not a patient. Y'all do. You guys are patient. But let me say, y'all are more patient than we are. I'm not a patient dude. I can't sit around. But like the patient meaning like y'all work hard and y'all got a goal and it's like, okay, I'm gonna get to that goal, but I'm gonna keep working. For me, I need a shortcut. I need a shortcut to get there. I'm not patient enough to do that.
That's the American side.
It's the American side.
Yeah, because I think we Jamaicans, we believe in working, and one day it will come to us.
Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah.
I don't.
The shortcuts, the reason why sometimes we don't take shortcuts, for example, overseas, we fear the hand of justice might fall on us.
Right.
Swift and hard. Blood. And yeah, that's what we say, shortcut draw blood.
Shortcuts might draw blood, but then again, there's that opening where like, damn, I waited too long. That's my problem. And that's my problem with that. Like, that's the Jamaican. I don't have that side in me. Like, it's just like, damn. Because when I see an opportunity, sometimes I'm just gonna take it off right off the bat. I'm gonna take the opportunity.
But that's luck, you know. That's luck in general. Luck is when opportunity meets preparedness. So you have to be prepared to take your opportunity, and that is your luck, basically. But with a shortcut, personally, I don't believe that. All right, me personally, with taking shortcuts with certain things, I don't know if Father God will bless me if I take a shortcut for do what I want to do. I feel like if I do it good, and I do it good enough, one day the heavens will fall upon me and rain blessings upon me. But if I take a shortcut, I feel like I go further away from that grace. If you see what I mean.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean, man. I listen, I think you can't take a shortcut in everything. But I think there's just some things that I don't have patience for.
Like what?
I mean with the work, right? I'm someone that I love to work. I'm a hard worker, but I'm not someone that's gonna stay in a job for 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look for the next best thing. I'm not gonna be committed to a job for 5 years. Sometimes 5 years is too long at a job, and that's where my problem lies. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I've taken a back seat before it, but that's I when it comes to work, I can't wait.
I think you see things a bit different, bro. Like, there are two kinds of Jamaicans. There are the Jamaicans that stay in Jamaica and work in Jamaica, and then the Jamaicans that go overseas. When the Jamaicans that you experience going overseas, their level of work ethic is totally astronomical. Yeah. Because there is a lot of pressure on them. they are put there to succeed. They don't see America as a vacation. They see America as an opportunity to make money for their families. So they will stay in a shitty dead-end job 5 years just so that they can send back money home so that their families can eat. So they're not putting up with, it's not like they don't want to take shortcuts, but they have to also ensure that there's food on the table. So their mindset is like, if I lose this job, then I'm not only putting myself out, I'm putting my family out.
Yeah.
I'm not even the family, sometimes even the extended family, friends in the neighborhood, their entire community. Yeah. So they will suffer so that their family can be better off. There's so many Jamaicans overseas actually working 2, 3, 4 jobs. So that they can go home living a shitty apartment, but they can send home enough money so that their families can actually live a decent life. And then they go to Jamaica for 1 or 2 weeks to actually have some time to unwind. And then they have to go back to America, back on the work ship.
Back on the work
back
ship.
on the slave ship.
That's most Jamaicans that are overseas.
That's why you see that. That's why you feel like they have patience, bro. But I think they just don't have a choice.
That's another thing. We don't have a choice but to have patience. Because as I said, the moment you step outside of that lane, you might take a bad shortcut, the hand of justice will fall swift and hard on you. And you lose your luck. What I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, of course. You know? Obviously do things the right way. Yeah, of course.
No, but then again, there are also the Jamaicans that take the shortcuts. Because Jamaica has a lot. Jamaicans contribute to every freaking sector that you can think of.
We are the Bandulo capital of the world, I believe.
In America, you know about the shower posse and stuff like that.
Do I know about it? Yes.
The shower posse.
It's a bad set of
guys.
That's
just one example of how Jamaicans go overseas and have an impact. Not only, like, you would put the shower posse next to the Italian mafia, next to the Mexican cartels and them thing there. Like, and we are renowned for it. We're renowned for the brutality of it as well. These aren't things that we will hide and not.
True.
So it's like we excel, but we excel in everything.
Everything. Good and bad. Good and bad. Anything you do excel in it.
You guys do excel in a lot of things. A lot. One thing I would have to say, though, one thing that irritates me, and I don't know, I can't speak on the Jamaicans
Speak on it, man.
I can't speak on the Jamaicans in Jamaica. I can only speak on the ones in America. You guys have this white man complex.
Explain, what is this white man complex?
Like, it's like you guys are okay. Like, there's been a beef between, not so much between Jamaicans and African Americans. It's more African Americans and Africans. But like, when they see an African American, it's like, oh, they're lazy. They don't want to work. It's like, oh, they're always complaining. And it's like, that is not necessarily true. And it's like, I
can tell you why. Wait.
I can tell, I had this argument with so many Jamaicans living in CT, I can't say America. And it's like, oh, y'all don't want to work. It's like, no, we do. But like, we've been fighting for years to be on the same level.
Yeah,
why are we contributing to continue to work for them? Like, that's always been my issue. You know what I'm saying? Y'all work the hardest, like I said. But there's been issues where I'm like, nah, bro, you don't need to work. Yo, use your talent. You don't need to work as much as you do. But I'm only speaking for the ones in America, not the ones in Jamaica.
So, all right. I can kind of try to understand and give you a little reason why this might happen. Because in Jamaica, I think most of us are in the same basket, or in terms of like our class in society, right? And when we say overseas, we say foreign, we just say streets paved with gold, honey and milk. How can someone not bask in such a situation? But we fail to look behind the picture. Why it's not happening? You know, systemic things. You know, you guys fight a lot for everything. As you say, I've been working for this guy for so long, and I'm not seeing myself getting better. So you don't really see your situation getting better. But for example, a Jamaican that might go overseas, another foreigner from India, another one from another part of Asia might go overseas and they work their way up and they get their business and whatever. Why? Because their road is paved differently from the African American.
Yeah.
You know, so we don't really understand that kind of dynamic. We just see the big picture and we say, why these guys not working? Why they don't have more? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have something to add to that. It comes back to what you said about the opportunity and the shortcuts, right? But guess where? It's two different mentality. That's why I ask you as well. Do you think you have the Jamaican mindset? Because you grew up with a different struggle than Jamaicans grew up with. Yes. We did not grow up with a struggle versus the white man. We don't have that. We don't have that mentality where we are against the white man in that essence. And a lot of Jamaicans don't realize that that is actually an issue in America. Because when they go to America, they don't see that. They see black people sitting on a corner and not realizing that they have been their entire life fighting a system. And in Jamaica, we do talk about fighting a system as well. But when they say when we're fighting a system, you know, bro, that means that not even the minimum wage jobs are available for people to work on. So when a Jamaican go overseas and say, look, I'll get $7.25, I'll get minimum wage.
I will work for it.
I will work for it, and I can do 2 of these jobs because he doesn't want to do it. I will freaking do it. And then there's also the Jamaican mindset now, where we are not socialized to see the white man as being oppressive to some extent. Not every Jamaican wake up and realize that we are being oppressed by a lighter complexion. We are raised for that thing them call black excellence, where we raise the white man pat us on the back. That is how they put Jamaica.
The first black to do this, you know, the best black in this. Yeah,
that's why when I explain to you about black excellence and them thing, that Jamaicans see the lighter skin as the better skin. So they don't care that a white man is them boss, no for them, because them don't realize, he's taking advantage of them, because them say this white man, he's all that's good for me.
It's a blessing.
White is good, black is bad.
Yeah.
And if you notice, them work harder for a white man.
Harder.
And if them have a black man as a boss,
they do.
it's a different level of working.
Yes. Because sometimes I disagree a little bit with you in terms of when you say we don't see that some of them as bad. Sometimes we see them as bad sometimes, but then we say, all right, this one give me the opportunity, I go and make the best of it because he give me the opportunity.
Master.
And we have that mentality. And as I said before, when we work hard, we just work hard.
Yeah, I give you that.
And one more thing, and that is the divide. That is where the divide comes between us and African Americans. They even, for example, because African Americans, they have a problem. Well, they have a problem with Caribbean people and African people. And the same, Caribbean people and African people have a problem with African Americans. That's why even, for example, the terminology came about, FBA, Foundation Black American. Instead of, so it moved from just African American to Foundation.
Yeah,
you know?
I didn't know about that. No.
Yeah, man. And
oh God, explain them for me.
No, I was about to ask you to explain. I didn't even know.
So they are all right. In 5 seconds, they are basically of the mindset that I was here first. I should be taking these opportunities, and not somebody like me coming in and taking this opportunity. It's almost like you live in a house, right? And you have the apartment owner. You live there all your life, and then you start to see an Asian come in, and one of your own go out. You start to see a Colombian come in, one of yours go out. And then you start to see somebody just like you come in and about to push you out. It's almost like, brother, me and you supposed to be in this together. Like, why? You know, and you know what I'm saying?
Little bit more complex than that to an extent, O'Neal, though.
So there's a word I'm searching for. This like entitlement. Privilege, basically, towards for being American. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, I never explain it fully, that vein.
No, may I say, I miss the foundational Black Americans based on what me know as well. Them want to distance themselves from them African ancestry as well.
That so too, yeah.
You know, like how the American settlers people, I'm using quotation marks. Air quotes. The American settlers, them have the opinion and say, yo, just like how the Americans, the United States people, them come from Irish, Italian, German background, but them say them are American first.
Yeah.
Same, so the foundational Black Americans kind of see the world as well. And them no really credit them African ancestry as much. These are the people that shit on Africa. These are the kind of people that will shit on the Caribbean countries as well to some extent. Especially when it comes to food and them things there. They don't really give credit to say, yo, all of this was developed from African ancestry. You know, like in Jamaica, we'll be proud to say, yo, well, a lot of Jamaicans will be proud to say, yo, I'm from the, Ashanti tribe.
Yoruba, Igbo, yeah.
Yeah, man. And it come down all to, some people connect it to and say, yo, it come down to slavery, you know? When it come down to slavery, the old slave and the field slave. So the foundational Black American, them kind of give like a old slave vibe. You don't know the warrior.
Yeah, them don't want to face the reality of them identity, I believe. Them want to separate themselves so far from them identity that it form a new identity.
Yeah. What the brother name?
I'm Tariq something.
No, you know him. You Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy.
You know when Trick Daddy say, yo, him is not African?
Yeah.
That are the kind of mindset that them have. Because he's never been to Africa. He has no African roots. And he doesn't want to accept that because being American is seen as better.
Right.
Yeah, so they basically, that's basically it. Them choose them better side. Basically.
Yeah. But, yo, that's what we were taught. What do you expect? Like, you come over here, right? You see that your master is fair skinned, right? That's what you're taught. You're taught like this is better. Why would the darker you are, the worse you are. That's what we're taught.
Man,
it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, you have a little bit of that too, Ray, when it comes to the food thing, because you think that American food is better than Jamaican food.
Bro, and that is where we have a problem.
Oh, no, wait.
That is where the friendship heads.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Listen, I broke it down in categories. When it comes to breakfast food,
Jesus,
American food is better. But when it comes to meals, Jamaican food, breakfast food, American.
How you look on bacon? How you look on egg? How you look on hash browns? How you look on toast?
Pancakes. Don't keep
Pancake. How you look on all of these things and you see a Jamaican breakfast? Where is such a complete breakfast? How you compare these two things? Why you think? All right. Me give you a minute to explain. Why you think American breakfast is better? If you can give me a good reason.
Okay.
I'm not going to say I won't believe you, but I will hear what you say.
Let me break it down.
Yeah.
Pancakes have been a staple in the U.S. for as long as I can remember. Nobody has ever turned down pancakes.
I have. I don't like pancakes.
But you're Jamaican.
Yeah, you said nobody.
All right, French toast?
There you go.
French toast is not
so
Bro, Jamaicans don't believe in having dessert for breakfast.
Exactly. We call those dessert.
All right, but porridge is sweet.
Yeah, porridge.
Porridge
is not sweet, bro.
Porridge is wholesome. It's nourishing. You know what I say? It's cornmeal.
Yeah, but there's a lot of sugar in the condensed milk and the.
On that I can agree.
I wouldn't recommend porridge as well. Just like how the American breakfast, I believe that's a big conspiracy because you shouldn't be starting a meal with just fucking carbs and fat. Start your day with carbs and fat.
But do you know that the American breakfast and, for example, eating cereal was a campaign?
Yeah.
It was a campaign to get people to say, having cereal in the morning starts your day. The best thing to start your day.
Yeah,
and that's how they started selling cereal.
Is that the best thing? Is that the best thing to start?
If you look at it in a way,
it depends on the cereal now. Hold on, don't sleep on those Frosted Flakes. 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 Fros is one of the greatest breakfast foods of all time.
Oh my God.
I'm not here to debate. I'm telling you the truth.
Are you gonna feed your kids cereal for breakfast?
No, I'm just saying as a kid. No, wait.
Ray.
This could be nostalgic too, right? Childhood, like Frosted Flakes.
Are you gonna feed your kids cereal for breakfast?
No, I'm not feeding my kids.
Emily, I see you looking.
I'm not.
What are you gonna say?
I'm not feeding my kids cereal for breakfast. I'm not doing that. No, but I will feed them a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
That's a complete. That's
Listen,
protein.
wait.
Ray. So, make we talk about. All right, let me tell you. To go to school, I feel like you have to feed them something different than on the weekends. On the weekends, them can eat them little cereal. Them can eat them little French toast. But if you want them to be students and learn in school, I believe, for now at least, I believe that you need to give them a good breakfast so that them have something in them belly, because brain power,
Balance.
it take a lot. You need them for balance. You can't go give the youth them cornflakes. Where them are gonna learn with cornflakes in the meal?
All right, give me a Jamaican breakfast meal. What you would eat? Don't go
We're
extreme.
gonna cook one right now.
Don't go extreme either.
We're gonna cook one right now. We can tell you about mackerel with fried dumpling and plantain. That is a simple breakfast. That is a simple Jamaican breakfast for you. And it's a wholesome breakfast that.
Everything. Protein, fats, carbs.
Yes.
So you're gonna sit here and tell me, if we did a survey,
Yeah.
right? American and Jamaicans. Now, actually, we'll do the whole world. We put a Jamaican breakfast dish on the table, and we put an American breakfast dish on the table. Which one are they picking?
But Ray,
Wait. Be honest.
Ray,
Be honest.
we only have 3 million Jamaicans in the world. So
No,
3 million against a bigger
And
number.
your
no,
marketing,
I switched it.
your entire
I
marketing
switched
is
it.
based on breakfast, bro.
No, wait, I switched it. I said if for the whole world, right? From people from they take a plate of the Jamaican food, the breakfast food, and they take a plate of the American breakfast. Which one are they picking?
That's not a fair poll.
How is that not
That's not
fair?
a fair poll.
You know why that's not fair?
Everybody know about pancake.
Everybody know
Everyone has tried a pancake.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, my
People
God.
people tend to kind of go to more what they know about. So if they see an egg sandwich in the morning, they might more take it than a Jamaican breakfast. But until they have tried and know what a Jamaican breakfast is, then they would start to really consider us.
Oh my God!
But until you try Jamaican breakfast and Jamaican food, then you will know what we're talking about. I know you have. I'm talking about the fans, you know. You know what I say?
Listen, I don't know. I do not co-sign that American
We
breakfast
know that. We know Ray.
food. Guys, don't sleep on us. That's all I'm saying.
Would you recommend American breakfast food to someone you care about for their health?
Of course.
For their health?
Wait, for their there's
for their health?
There's vegan style pancakes.
Ray.
For their health? Would that taste like cardboard?
Oh,
Would you recommend vegan style pancakes to anyone?
yo, you can make good vegan style pancakes.
Vegan doesn't necessarily mean healthy.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Vegan doesn't necessarily mean healthy.
Oh my God.
Chances
Listen,
are,
chances
chances
are.
are.
When
did vegan equal healthy?
Listen, most vegans
People
are
that
healthy.
most vegans are not healthy. Most
Bro,
vegans
are you going off instinct? Are
Yeah,
you saying
no,
off research?
most vegans consume the most processed food.
Depending on where the vegan is.
Yeah, all right. So, all right, let me tell you. A vegan in America is a different vegan from a vegan in Jamaica. Chances are that a vegan in Jamaica, them get more wholesome organic foods because there are more wholesome organic foods available. That is called food security. In America, chances are you might get a processed burger. You might get a processed waffle and all of these things. So the availability of ingredients might affect the health of the person depending on where they are. But Davian, chances are a person who is vegan, they might be a little bit more healthy.
No.
Than a person
you know
who
why
is
I
not.
wouldn't say a person with vegan would be
God.
more healthy?
Why?
Because it requires more education into what they are eating. And a lot of people they go vegan and them just not consuming enough nutrients, bro. You know
Well,
when
that is
people
true.
go vegan and them go to the doctor is like, you're slowly killing yourself.
Because the doctor eat meat.
No, not necessarily. It's more to the fact that they're
Yeah.
not consuming enough nutrients from the right amount of food. Because imagine being a vegan and allergic to nuts or allergic to beans.
Well, then you
Bro,
kind
you
of
have
kill yourself.
avocado, you have jackfruit.
Where's the protein?
Davian, look, let me
Oh
tell you.
my
Let me tell
God,
you, Davian.
bro.
You see this pyramid that them teach us in school, the food pyramid?
I don't believe in that.
Then, all right, David, because, all right, you can add so many things to that pyramid that are vegan or vegetarian, and it's still equal or even amount to more nutrients than what is on there.
Tony, I'm not.
Why is spinach not
Tony,
there as a protein?
Tony, because it doesn't contain enough. Tony, I'm not saying being vegan or vegetarian is not healthy, but to assume that because someone is vegan or vegetarian that they are healthy, that is absurd to me.
For me, it's not.
It's absurd.
Reason being,
Just because you eat plants don't mean that you're eating a balanced diet.
Again, Davian, we are basing our talk on the food pyramid. And what we were taught.
No, I'm not basing my thought on that. I'm basing my
What are
thought
you basing it
on people needing certain nutrients in order for the body to
Yeah.
function.
And we get them from where?
We get them from food.
What kind of food?
Yeah. what
All
kind of
food, we get different nutrients from different foods.
No, I understand that.
Some foods
I
are
understand.
higher in, let's say we break it down. We need 3 basic foods.
Yeah.
We need protein, we need carbohydrates, and we need fat.
Dairy and everything can come after.
No, because dairy food.
No, as in like, as I said,
we-
those
no,
are the 3 most
Those
important.
are the 3 main
The rest can come after.
nutrients your body need.
Yeah.
And then you have the micronutrients and you need some fiber.
Bro,
and
what about
And
the
your vitamins.
vitamins?
But that comes from everything as well. Your protein source can have different kinds of vitamin. Your carb source can have different kind of vitamins. Your fat source can have different kind of vitamin. Because you'd eat an avocado as a fat source, right?
Yeah, of course.
Avocado as a fat source that have a lot of nutrients.
What
in
about
it.
oranges?
Orange would be more towards the carb side because it's a fruit and has a high sugar compound. So orange isn't necessarily healthy, but you get vitamin C from it. But if you eat too much orange, then you have too much sugar in your system. You see what I'm saying? So you need to balance out your equation for your body.
Yeah.
I'm not saying...
You know, that's another important thing that we fail to mention too. It depends on your body. And you know, recently I was reading something. I need to do more research. Don't take my word for it. I would like for you people to do your research. Your diet and how well your diet works for you depends a lot on your blood type. Because certain blood types might need a certain more, or certain blood types might need less in terms of nutrients or even quantity of food.
Your gender,
or the
too.
types of
Your
food.
gender as well.
Your gender as well?
Because
We'll look at that.
women need more fat than men. Because women need more fat to balance out them
Well,
hormones, for them
true.
hormones. So like
Again,
a woman can be missing and skipping her period all because she's not eating enough fat.
Look at that. Well,
Because fat,
there are many
balance out
factors,
your
many
hormones.
factors.
Women need more body fat on them for them estrogen levels as well than men and all of them things.
Let
so
me-
there are so many factors.
I'm
let
not a
me-
food expert, people, but I know.
Let me
Yeah, we
let
have
me ask
experience,
y'all
so
a
we know
question.
these
Let me ask
things.
y'all a question.
Yeah.
In America, I can't speak for Jamaica, but in America, a lot of African Americans are lactose intolerant. I'm starting to believe
Now Jamaica
that
that
a lot
not
of
exist, man.
no, it
We
doesn't
don't have a
exist.
choice. We don't have a choice.
Oh, you don't have a choice. But a lot of you guys are lactose or no?
But we don't
No,
diagnose.
but the thing is,
Why
Davian,
are black people
Alright,
lactose?
wait, no.
That's my question.
Wait, no. All right. So, in our context, when I was growing up, more like I would talk from then. I never used to see kids who are lactose intolerant. I don't know if it's because, as Davian said, we don't diagnose it. We never used to see a lot of people with allergies. Never used to see a lot of people with autism. You know, in every school, you might have 1 or 2 kids that have autism, and that's on the spectrum. Again, it might be because we don't diagnose it, but most of these things are food related too. And back to your lactose intolerant thing. If you know 10 people, you might know 1 person who is lactose intolerant. And what that person do? Them still eat them cheese and whatever, but they might be gassy, they might have to go to the bathroom or whatever, and depending on the person, them just control that.
But we find this mostly in black people. Mostly black
would think
people
so?
are lactose. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I was trying to research it quickly because based on my anecdotal knowledge, lactose intolerance means that you are normal, and people that can actually consume and digest lactose means that them have a genetic predisposition to it for the enzyme to process the lactase.
But the thing with lactose intolerance, it's an enzyme that processes the lactate in the things. If you don't have that enzyme, that's when you have the problem. Or if you have that enzyme weaker or whatever, that's when you have a problem. But if you're a normal functioning person, you have that enzyme in your body that breaks down the lactose and the lactate, you know? So that's the main problem when it comes down to lactose intolerance. And my brother, it was nice again with you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Bro,
It was nice.
I want to say one thing, man, and I said it before. Yo, you guys keep going, man. Keep striving for greatness. Bro, if new fans are watching, please subscribe to the YaadMan Podcast, man. Hey, they got something going, man, and keep up. Continue your path, man, for real, man.
And give thanks to John Ray. We're glad to have you on the couch for real, in person, finally. And as we say, this was the YaadMan Podcast. Oh, wait. Should we play the game? All right, next time we play the game, guys.
All right.
This was the YaadMan Podcast. So you have to tune in next time for the game, people. You know that. You can't miss it. So this was the YaadMan Podcast, and what we say is, we out. YaadMan Podcast are the one. The YaadMan Podcast. Tell you about the YaadMan Podcast. The YaadMan Podcast. Tell you about the YaadMan Podcast. The YaadMan Podcast. Tell you about the YaadMan Podcast. The YaadMan Podcast. Tell you about the YaadMan Podcast.
Subscribe now. We out.